All right, what is up, you guys? It's been a minute. I took an impromptu social media break. I honestly thought I was only going to be off for a week, but the longer I stayed off of it, the more addicting it became to just, be inside my own head and not everybody else's. But I'm back, and here's one to get you guys started. So if you're in the West Coast, you're in the middle of a heat wave like I am right now. I'm literally wearing very tiny shorts. It's so hot everywhere, just constantly sticky. So it's kind of hard for me to get even really hungry at this point. I could easily go a whole day without eating anything because the heat just makes it insufferable to want to cook or eat anything hot. So this recipe is kind of in the vein of that. We're doing a raw food recipe. For a while, during my vegan days, well, I am vegan now, but at the beginning of my vegan days, after I stopped just eating junk food, I did completely raw vegan for a long time. So I still have a few recipes up my sleeve, and yeah, so here's one. This is going to be like a raw salad wrap, and we're going to make a mango dip. So basically what you need is anything that you can wrap up some food in, wrap up some vegetables in. So I got these because the romaine, just regular long romaine, just looked ugly and really ripped and shitty. So yeah, these are all different sizes, but that doesn't really matter. They're just something that I can manipulate, and they're soft enough that I can take them and wrap them up like that. So got those. We want the stuff that's going to be inside our wrap. I mean, it's to your preference, but this is my suggestion. Alfalfa sprouts, great for the crunch. We're going to put some jalapenos in there. If you don't like spice, omit. We're going to put some mint leaves. We're going to put some basil and some sun-dried tomatoes. For the dip, so that's super simple, super basic. For the dip, we're going to use a mango. So we're going to just blend up a mango in the Magic Bullet, or whatever blender you have. You can even just mash it up in a pestle and mortar. We're going to use a date for sweetness and a tiny bit of ginger just for a little bit of bite. And that's it. It's such a simple recipe. Oh, and I guess we're going to definitely use one of these limes to put across the top. If you don't know already, basil and lime go great together, and mint. So all of those things. So let's get started. Let's do the dipping sauce first. And you're probably thinking, this sounds so lame and so simple and maybe not that filling, but I promise it will be filling, especially during a heat wave. So we're gonna want to peel our mango and take out all the meat. It's going to be really, really messy, so keep that in mind. If you don't like getting mess all over your hands, I don't know, wear some gloves. And don't come for me with my terrible mango skills. I'm just going to basically peel the skin off like this. I know that there's definitely a lot easier and better ways to do this, but I don't really eat mangoes that much. I've only really started to be interested in them again during this heat wave. You should just eat bananas. That's the only fruit that, that I can be seen eating most of the time. All right. And that's good. So, completely peeled. I don't know if that's going to focus. All right. And then, yeah, we're just going to cut off all the pieces. Put them right into the Magic Bullet cup. We're going to use the whole thing, so go to town. I think I've got off all I can get off, and then we're just left with that middle piece there that I have weirdly seen some people using as a sea sponge, I think. No, like a washing sponge. So these dates, I got them just from the local mom and pop shop, so they do have a pit, but they are cheaper and you're supporting local. So just remove that pit. I'm sure there's a better way to do it then. Oh, there we go. So yeah, just remove the pit in the middle, I don't think it's bad to leave that stuff that looks kind of hairy on the inside. If you're using a magic bullet, maybe break it down a little bit more. Don't just throw it in whole, because I don't think that they will really take care of that much. It'll probably come out in like a chunk. The reason you want to make also your dip first is because using something like a blender or magic bullet is going to warm up your sauce, and you don't really want it to be warm when you're dipping it, especially not right now. It is freaking hot. Okay, so that's it. So just got mango, ginger, and 1 date for sweetness, even though the mango's got some sweetness in it too. But if you really like sweets, this will cure your cravings. So just blend it up. Should be good to go after a minute. So it's like, it looks like a sorbet. And then yeah, just toss it in your fridge or your freezer. I'm gonna toss it in the freezer because it's not gonna get frozen in like 10 minutes. So, boom, done. Okay, and now we wanna put everything that we want inside of our wraps, it's gonna be super simple. So you're just gonna take a piece of lettuce. There's kind of a gross bit on the end there, so take off any bits that you don't want to eat in there, and simply just pluck some of your basil. So fresh. Love it. Just put as many as you like. I'm gonna take like 3 leaves and kind of just like put them on the side like that. Just down the longest piece there. Pull off the stems. You can add some mint as well. Honestly, like these flavors sound like they're gonna be weird together, but I promise you they're not. It's just gonna taste all the more fresh. Yeah. Let's put some sun-dried tomato. If I can sort how to open up this package, I think I just have to stab it open. No, but seriously, back on like staying off social media for a while, I've gotten a lot of stuff done during the time that I've been off, and I plan to be a little bit more conservative with my use when I go back on, which I guess will be when you see this video. Take as many of the sun-dried tomatoes as you like. You can just leave them whole like that. They are going to be a bit chewy, so maybe chop them up so that you don't just rip the whole wrap apart when you're biting into that. So yeah, just shred them up into like little pieces like that. Oops, there's some for the floor. Still as messy as ever. And then yeah, I'll cut up like really, really thin slices of your jalapeno. And this is just going to give it an awesome little kick. Yeah. And then we're just going to fill it with our sprouts. And I mean, you have 2 options. You can just like literally, so this is it. You can put, I have the sprouts on top here, so there's things inside like that and like that. You can sort of layer them however you want. You can layer them with the sprouts on the bottom. But yeah, so I'm just like gonna roll over the long part like that. And that's our wrap 1. So I guess I should have had like a plate out to put these on. So give me 1 sec. Put it on top of the cast iron there. So yeah, I think I'll switch up my method a little bit so I can more showcase the nicer looking toppings. So I was going to put the sprouts on the inside there. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's going to taste the same no matter which way you layer it. I'll just leave that one open so it looks nice. But yeah, I used the entire thing of alfalfa sprouts. And yeah, and then I'm just gonna clean up and show you what it looks like all completely finished. All right, so there is our full plate. I left that top one open just to show you what it looks like on the inside. And I know that perhaps it looks like, oh my God, that's a lot of green stuff, like, but I promise it tastes awesome. And yeah, it'll be really filling and really good for like super hot days. There's our dip. If I could just get a good shot of that. It just looks like a sorbet. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. So just go to town, like dip it. Honestly, this is like so perfect. It's like exactly what I needed after this hot ass day. The raw jalapenos definitely are a choice. If you don't like spicy stuff, maybe don't do it, or just take the seeds out. But you know, I live with it. I like spice, even when it's burning my mouth off. So, anyways, thank you so much for coming back. If you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified for the next time my videos come out. And I promise it will be next week. Peace.